When some think of the Northeast, they think of this. Not me. On Backwoods Angler TV, we'll take you to the other side of the most densely populated area of the country.
Got it that time.
Backwoods is an attitude. Backwoods is a state of mind. Backwoods can be in the remote sections of Maine or under a New Jersey interstate. Backwoods is where we live. Backwoods is where we fish. Backwoods Angler TV, your freshwater fishing authority for the Northeast. Catch it all here.
Brought to you by Ace Recreational Marine Insurance, insuring progress. Golden Valley Natural, all natural jerky and snacks. The Delaware County, New York Chamber of Commerce. And by the Sullivan County, New York Visitors Association.
New York State trophy trout fishing today on Backwoods Angler TV. Just a few hours from the big city, the West Branch of the Delaware winds its way through the Catskill Mountains. Known as a world-class wild trout fishery, the West Branch draws anglers from all around during the spring and summer months. The West Branch flows out of the Cannonsville Reservoir, and the levels are controlled through dam releases. When the levels and water temperatures are right, I've got to get up to the West Branch and wade into these waters searching for trophy brown trout.
Man, here we are, got the waders on. Doing this wade fishing on some bigger rivers like we're doing, there's some walking involved, I'll tell you. We call it power fishing. So we're gonna get to it here. We got absolutely perfect conditions today. The water is not real high. They're releasing water out of the reservoir. The water's not real high, but it's clear. You need overcast on a day like today to produce, and we're gonna get at it right now because it looks really good.
From the east and west branches of the Delaware to the Beaverkill, Willowemac, and the Neversink rivers, Sullivan County, New York, and the Catskill Mountains offer a variety of opportunity for wild trout fishing.
The West Branch is just the place to be because of the regular releases, the regular cold water releases out of the reservoir. I mean, this water's cold. It is summertime and this water's chilled. And you see this all the time. You get down here some mornings, it's so thick fog you can't see 10 feet in front of you. And that happens when the water is quite a bit colder than the air. If you get those warm, humid nights, you're gonna get fog on this river. Oh my. Oh my gosh, don't high stick them, Blaine. When I'm fighting these trout in moving water, I'm gonna keep my rod parallel to the water. I don't wanna high stick these fish like if I was bass fishing. Get myself in a lot of trouble. Nothing beats that soft rod too, man. That soft rod saved that fish on that jump. I guarantee it. That's awesome. I mean, they just, man. Ah, yeah, baby. Come on, babe. You just saw what that fish did. I hope we got that. They roll in this clear water. Oh, that is an awesome fish. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Oh my goodness gracious. That isn't just, I mean, you can't beat that. You can't beat that fish. Awesome. Look at that fish. Go back home, girl. The cold water releases of a tailwater fishery, they're just so cool to fish. I don't know how else to put it. They can be so finicky with the releases and that can really mess you up. But man, when they're on, this cold water keeps them fish. Water temperatures in the rest of the river from about Callicoon, New York down are in the 70s and pushing 80 degrees right now. You come up here and this water's barely 50. And these trout are acting accordingly. They are healthy. The bug hatches up here are amazing. Tailwater fisheries grow big brown trout.
Backwoods Angler TV brought to you by Gamma, molecularly altered fishing line. Zico shoes, Shimano, and by Dorsey flashlights.
Backwoods Angler TV, jerkbait fishing for browns? Are you kidding me? Oh, yeah, they're right in front of me. Oh, yeah. Who says Backwoods Angler TV can't catch trout, huh? Who says we can't catch trout on this show?
During the break, visit the shop at backwoodsanglertv.com. We've got DVDs, books, lures, and more.
What is with this fish?
Tips and techniques for fishing the Northeast or wherever you are.
That is a quality bass, no matter how you slice it, no matter where you catch it.
North America and International Fair Chase is a full-time hunting and fishing consulting service. Contact us to discuss how we can make your dream trip a reality. Huntwithbutch.com.
Klein Farms Dairy and Creamery, located in Forks Township just north of Easton, offers you wholesome natural foods straight from the source. We are licensed by the state of Pennsylvania to sell raw milk, and also available is our all-natural yogurt, mozzarella, regatta, and flavored cheese spreads. Check out our large assortment of artisanal cheeses, including cheddar, Colby, and Gouda. We also carry beef, eggs, and local honey. So buy fresh, buy local. Stop by Klein Farms Dairy and Creamery today.
The Coopersburg Diner and Family Restaurant, conveniently located in the center of Coopersburg on Route 309 between Allentown and Quakertown. Come and enjoy great homemade entrees, delicious desserts, and friendly atmosphere. Now offering corporate and private catering for your family celebration, business banquet, or any special occasion. Open daily from 5:30 a.m. until 10 p.m. Come see why everyone loves the Coop.
Eric J. Conrad, Mark B. Stanziola, and Paraskevula Mamunez of Thomas Conrad & Conrad, a firm providing over 25 years of personal injury and family law practice. An unexpected injury can be an awful and painful experience, and medical bills can pile up. Let us help you get the money you deserve. There's no fee if there's no recovery. We also handle divorce, custody, support, and more. Plus, we have multiple offices throughout the Lehigh Valley and surrounding areas for your convenience. Call today.
Do you own an outboard jet motor? Backwoods Angler TV's new DVD, 30-minute PM Outboard Jet Preventative Maintenance, is sure to save you money from repairs, and it will keep you on the water and on the fish. On Backwoods Angler TV today, we're fishing for trophy brown trout in the Catskill Mountains. What attracts many of the anglers to this part of New York is the beauty and untouched nature of the West Branch. Strict laws and regulations keep the river clean and healthy. Parts of the West Branch are regulated as artificial lures only, where you are not allowed to use live bait. This is not a problem for me, as I'll be using jerkbaits. Now, a jerkbait is usually considered a bass lure,
sweet.
but today I'm going to demonstrate that this minnow imitating lure is the perfect lure for big brown trout.
That's a fish. I'm gonna get my pliers ready because I don't handle these fish any more than I have to. I'm gonna show them to you people for camera purposes, but they go right back in the river. Oh man, I'm gonna go around my cameraman. That's a pretty fish. That is an awesome fish. Big, beautiful, pretty fish. Awesome fish. Oh, it's an awesome fish. Look at how pretty. Man, he's a really, really yellow one too. And I'm not gonna use a net on these fish either, not with treble hooks. Look at that beautiful brown trout. Awesome, awesome fish. On the minnow jerkbait. Backwoods Angler TV, jerkbait fishing for browns? Are you kidding me? Here he goes. That's a pretty typical average sized trout. That was, oh, I don't know, 19-inch fish probably, but a thick 19-inch fish. It took me a little while to learn when jerkbait fishing, especially for browns, but for anything. You know, jerkbaits, you can catch muskie, pike, bass, walleye, panfish on smaller jerkbaits. Trout, love them. The one big mistake I made when I was jerkbait fishing and moving water for these big brown trout is I'd come up here and I'd use too stout a rod. And if you have a high modulus graphite rod that's a fast or extra fast rod, you're going to lose fish because there's just not enough sponge, not enough of an absorption of the rod, and they will just they'll throw the lure, especially on the hook set. You'll pull the jerkbait away from them. Shimano makes this crucial jerkbait rod. It is a jerkbait rod. It's a specialized rod, and it is awesome. I just don't lose fish on it. I mean, it's awesome. It has perfect absorption for when I'm fighting a fish. You want at least a 6.5 foot rod. 7 or 7.5 is probably going to do you that much better, because the more rod you have to absorb the fight of the fish in the current, the better off you're going to be. Oh, there's one on it. Another one just bumped it. They're bumping it. So you get a lot of that. You get a lot of that in the clearer water here. And the water has a stain. The trout are much more committal to your jerkbait, believe me. When the water's clear, they get a better look at it, and you get a lot of what we call drive-bys. They drive right on by, they flash at it and don't get it. He hit it right in front of me. That was awesome. Oh! He hit it right in front of me. Oh, yeah. Who says Backwoods Angler TV can't catch trout, huh? Who says we can't catch trout on this show? That's not a real big one, but what a fun fish. I mean, look at this. Come on, Bubba. That's a spunky fish right there. I'm gonna keep this fish in the water. I don't like to take them out of the water when I'm using these baits. That is absolutely the best, easiest way to get them fish back without hurting them. Keep them in their environment, in the water. Take your needle nose and just get a good grip on the hook and pop it a couple times. No need to even put your hand on. I don't like using nets because these hooks just get stuck in the nets, and it's worse. It's worse for the angler and the fish. I know there's a lot of issues about using hardware and treble hooks on trout, but if you take those precautions, you're gonna be all right. The fish are gonna be fine. They're in cold water. They're gonna be in good shape. These fish are awesome. Jumping, carrying on. More to come. We'll be right back. Don't miss this. This is cool, man. This is awesome.
Follow us on Twitter and Facebook for daily fishing reports. Backwoods Angler TV will be right back.
Fishing the Catskills? Stop by Al's Sports Store in Downsville, New York. From lures and rods, live bait, hunting supplies, and more, Al's got you covered. Get your boat steam cleaned, or rent a kayak and canoe to get out on the water. The Downsville Motel is available for longer stays. There's a variety of room sizes, including a large apartment, each directly on the waterfront. Visit alsportsstore.com for more info.
Mountain Man Outdoor Supply, a leading wholesale distributor of hunting and fishing supplies. Highest quality yet affordable gear for the outdoorsman. Visit mountainmanoutdoorsupply.com.
Planning a trip to the shore? Make the Cape Cod Inn your destination. We're a family-friendly motel just steps from the beach. You'll love those wildwood days. Check us out and book your room today.
KGT Unique Gifts. With one stop, you can show her how much you really appreciate all she does at home. Visit www.kgtuniquegifts.net. Backwoods Angler TV is brought to you by the Delaware River Smallmouth Bass Fishing Handbook. Tips and techniques, tactics and information on seasonal patterns for any river situation. These are the techniques Blaine uses 200 days a year guiding on the Delaware River. Pick up your copy today at shop.backwoodsanglertv.com. Backwoods Angler TV, brought to you by Wacky Worm, SolarBet, Rapala, Lakeside Marine in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and by Case Plastics.
On Backwoods Angler TV today, we're fishing for trophy brown trout in the Catskill Mountains. Just downstream from where we're fishing lies Roscoe, New York in Sullivan County, known as Trout Town, USA. With 5 world-class trout creeks in their backyards, Roscoe offers not just fishing, but great stores and eateries and the chance to get away from it all. In 2011, Roscoe was featured on the World Fishing Network as the ultimate fishing town in the USA. Just 2 hours from New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, Roscoe in Sullivan County is truly the gateway to the Catskills. I'm out in the river taking advantage of the overcast skies before they clear away.
See, the light's higher. We're losing some of our cloud cover and the light's higher, so these fish are starting to be a little more finicky, the bigger ones anyway. They're not wanting to eat the lure. They're doing the drive-by thing. There he is. Try and keep you low, Bubba. A little better. We're getting slightly bigger. Every single fish is on that head treble. That is like clockwork. Just a pretty, pretty trout. I will take you all day, girl. Every fish is on that head treble. I don't know if I've ever seen that so markedly like it is today. A lot of times when they're swiping at it, they'll get that tail treble, and it's probably why the ones that are swiping at it so much are coming off. The ones that are getting that head treble are not coming off. I'm fishing a bigger flow like this, it's very important that I am able to make long casts. And I always want to make sure I have enough line on my reel. I don't want to get, there's a fish, it's a better one. He's off. As I was saying before, that 18-inch trout just rudely interrupted me and proceeded to spit my jerkbait back at me. You want to make long casts when you're fishing these bigger flows. Make sure you have enough line on your reel so you can cover the water. Don't get to the water and have just enough for a 25-foot cast on there. I've seen it numerous times. Make sure your reels are newly spooled and there's not a lot of memory in the line. And gamma line, you're not going to get a lot of memory. It just doesn't. It doesn't hold its memory. It's great for that. So make sure your equipment's in the right order and you're able to make really long casts and cover the water well. Goodness gracious! Look at him rolling now. You did all that jumping, now you want to roll on me? If you take notice, almost every fish we're catching has the head treble. They are hitting this bait head first, which means they're in an aggressive mood and they want it dead.
We're going to do what's called eddying the fish. I'm going to get him in this slack water, because he's got that jerkbait in a very strange spot.
Oh gosh, what an awesome, I mean, they're cookie cutter fish, aren't they? Number 17. You see how these fish jump. My goodness gracious. Minnow baits for brown trout. Reaction bite. You're gonna weed through a lot of small fish. As you can see, we catch a few smaller fish, but quality brown trout want bigger baits a lot of the time in this cold water. Man, that is awesome stuff, I'm telling you. That is awesome stuff.
Backwoods Angler TV presents Cold Water River Fishing Secrets. In this seminar series on DVD, Blaine and Chris cover all your questions. Where, when, and how to locate river smallmouth in the coldest weather. For this and other DVDs on bass fishing techniques for any situation, visit backwoodsanglertv.com.
When it comes to fishing, there's a fine line between failure and success. There's a fine line between winning and losing. There's a fine line between the trophy and just another fish story. That line is gamma. Gamma, molecularly altered fishing line.
Nice fish. What's his secret? It's wacky worm where bass is king. Crankbaits, spinnerbaits, jerkbaits, and more. Check out our 70-foot wall of plastics. Over 800 rods and reels from the leading manufacturers, plus our own handcrafted jigs and soft plastic lures. For tons of tackle and friendly service, Wacky Worm, the true secret in fishing. As anglers, we really need to understand the importance of both eye protection and eyewear. SolarBat is determined to offer performance polarized sunglasses for all sports enthusiasts at a great value so that all customers can afford performance polarized eyewear. For an added value, BWA TV fans will receive 10% off the original price when they enter the promo code BWATV at checkout at solarbat.com.
Have Blaine Mengel speak at your next game, dinner, or church event. Contact Blaine at backwoodsanglertv.com for bookings.
Unforeseen accidents on the water can and will happen on occasion. If you do happen to suffer a boating accident, you'll want insurance that includes all coverages you'll need to get you back on the water quickly.
Ace Recreational Marine Insurance provides all this plus added coverage for your fishing equipment, protection against uninsured boaters and theft, and even coverage for tournament bass boats. All for a reasonable price.
I'm Blaine Mengel, and this is why I have my boat insured with Ace. Backwoods Angler TV, brought to you by Ace Recreational Marine Insurance. Catch it all here. As boaters, we all want to do our part to try and avoid an accident. The leading contributing factors in all reported boating accidents are inattentive operators, operator inexperience, excess speed, and improper lookout. Always take note of visibility, weather conditions, traffic density, and the proximity of navigational hazards like shoals, rocks, or floating objects. Don't invite a collision by going faster than is prudent. There is no mystery to boating safety. Understanding and obeying navigational rules and safety procedures like these have proven to save lives while reducing injury and property damage. Having the proper boat insurance in place will help make boating more stress-free and enjoyable. The Ace Marine Insurance tip of the week: operate at a safe speed and always maintain proper lookout. That's another tank. It's not that big. Same size. Same size. I'm into these 17 and 18-inch fish, man. Well, that one's not even. Pulling like crazy. Can you trout pull this hard? Do trout really pull this hard? Honestly, it's outstanding. I mean, it's awesome. And they're so beautiful. You don't mind getting wet from that, do you? It's gonna pick up, man. It's gonna pick up with that cloud. I could use a net, but You hurt yourself, you hurt the fish more with a net, and I don't want to do that. He can swim around all he wants. He's in the water, he's not hurt. As soon as I get that pliers on that hook, that's gonna pop that baby right on out of there. An awesome fish. And off he goes. He doesn't even know what happened. He's got a brain the size of a pea. He has no idea that he even met me. No clue. In clear water, that can be very detrimental to a really good big fish bite, especially up here. We tend to work a lot harder on blue sky, sunny days, as you do most places in the summertime. Summertime on a lake, 9:30, you go in and do your yard work and go swimming with the kids and do that stuff till 4:30 and go back out 4:30 to dark, you know, that kind of thing. It's the same deal. A cloudy day, you can get a bite all day long out here. A lot of times what I'll do with my jerkbait here too is I'll change up where I cast, how I cast. I'll make long casts, I'll make short casts, because everything changes the way that jerkbait draws in this current. It's going to be in a different position depending on where I cast. So I want to change things up as much as possible. I don't want to keep casting to the same place over and over again. I'll fan cast, I'll work it down through the current, I'll work it up through the current, see what the fish want. Because it varies from bite to bite, depending on how they're feeding. And off she goes. I'll tell you what, man, this is a brown trout right here. My goodness. Cloud cover. Do yourself a favor. Take heed to the cloud thing, okay? It really means something. That's not even a terribly big fish. I can't budge this fish. Barely hooked, that's why. Oh, what an awesome fish. What an awesome fish. Oh, baby, what a fish. Look at this fish, are you kidding me? BackwoodsAnglerTV.com for more information. Find a tailwater fishery and go after some brown trout with some minnow style jerkbaits. I'm Blaine Mangle, good fishing. Get lost, that's awesome. Oh gosh. That's awesome. Good night. I'm just gonna let him go.
Backwoods Angler TV, brought to you by these fine sponsors.